What's up guys, Lee from YGOTCG Bournemouth here with my Nekroz Deck profile. I'll be running this tonight at locals, so I'll let you know how it goes. But I figured as I've actually got the cards, it'd be nice to show it off, so let's have a look, man. So yeah, straight into the monsters. We have one Djinn Releaser of Rituals. Obviously for the Djinn Lark you need one. I do it every now and then, not so sure if I'm going to keep it in. A couple of people are suggesting Phantom of Chaos instead, and it seems like an interesting option, so I might try that out tonight and see how it goes. 2 copies of Shrit, just amazing for mid to late gameplay, even early. If you've got that in the hand, you can really start trolling pretty much straight away. Staple in this deck. Clogs at 3, good at 2. 3 copies of Senju, and 3 copies of Manju. Self-explanatory, obviously. Add ritual spell card, ritual monster, and add ritual monster. So everything is searchable. The money card, the pain. 3 copies of Nekroz Deck. Nightmare to get hold of. Totally worth it. And yeah, key, unfortunately. I mean, the short print is insane, and I don't know why they did it quite so much. But I got very lucky. 3 copies of Unicorn. Again, just searching back from the graveyards, the ability to negate Xyz monsters works really well with Valkyris. Obviously, if you've got a Collider Mirror, you've got these 2 in hand. Turn 1, you're already adding extra draws. But yeah, just a great card. Valkyris, 3 copies. Now this card, I didn't even rate initially when I started playing with Nekroz. I don't think I even read the card, and I'm such an idiot for not reading it. At one point I was running 3 Trish, no Valkyris, and that's changed a lot. This card is great. I mean, he works really well with the Unicorn and a Collider Mirror. You Collider Mirror sending your shooting Quasar Dragon from your extra deck to get both these monsters on the board turn 1. If you've already used a Manju to add one of these to your hand, you've got this, and a Manju on the board. You gain the effect and use his effect to tribute the other 2 monsters and get 2 more draws. Not to mention you can ditch him from hand and he's like an OP battle fader. Just literally ends the battle phase right there. Great card. Yeah, definitely at 3. Again, stupid, ridiculous short prints. I don't know why they've done it like this. I mean, well actually I do. It's Konami. They like money. 2 copies of Colossus. Search out the ritual spells. You don't need 3. You often clog with the 3rd, although it is good. Again with Gunganeer, purely because obviously you can go in for level 10 off of the Collider Mirror. For the one-offs, obviously the Gunganeer, good for anti-destruction, good on the board if you want to start ditching and destroying things. It's a nice card, certainly never more than 1, but yeah, pretty cool. 1 decisive armor. It's nice to have something big and make something big if you get the opportunity, and it's a great ditch. It's just a nice little boost. And just the 1 copy of Trishula. I foolishly thought 3 originally, and a fool on me because it was a terrible bricking moment at my last week's locals when I tried it. I got so excited when I pulled 3 out of my boxes, and yeah, I only run 1, so I've got 2 in my binder, but that's how it goes. On to the spells. 3 copies of Preparation of Rites. Staple, overpowered, ridiculous in this deck. Going to get hit, probably the same as Manju, I imagine. 1 copy of Snatch Steal. 2 different books, the Book of Moon and the Book of Eclipse. Book of Eclipse is just a good stopper if anyone's going to try and lock you down with monsters, Majesty's Fiend, Vanity's Fiend, things like that. Just gets over it. It's just a good way of dealing with any problem monsters that you've got on the board that would stop you doing what you want to do. Even if they get the draw, you push for OTK that turn, you can normally take them out. It's just an extra Book of Moon, but slightly more powerful. The draw is the downside, but you're all normally pushing for game when you're activating this card. Regeki, and 2 copies of Dark Hull. Vanity's Emptiness, reprints, yeah, irritating. So you want to ditch something off their field so it goes to the graveyard so you can carry on playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead of being stitched up. Mystical Space Typhoon ×3, Vanity's Emptiness. Really annoying card. Great. It's great that they've reprinted it finally, but yeah, it's a real hindrance for this deck. Vanity's Emptiness can lock me down completely. The only other card that I would need this for primarily is Anti-Spell Fragrance at the moment, which if you get Anti-Spell Fragrance on the board, all my ritual spells are pretty much useless for a turn. It completely locks the deck down, just takes it so slow it's impossible. And obviously 2 Kaleidoscope, 2 mirror, and 2 of cycle. I would say run 2 of each. You don't need more. I wouldn't run less than 2 of each because I find circumstances change to what you need at the time. More common than not, I will go for Kaleidoscope first just to send the Shooting Quasar Dragon from my extra deck to the graveyard, so I've got that possible play later on. Another reason I'm considering Phantom of Chaos instead of the Djinn, purely because if I use Phantom of Chaos's effect, banishing Shooting Quasar, and then get rid of Phantom of Chaos, I get an instant Shooting Star Dragon from extra deck, so it's just another possible play. So yeah, that's the deck. Onto extra deck. Gagaga Cowboy, Abyss Dweller, Digasto Emerald, another early play card for me normally. If I've not got such a great hand, but I've got enough to go into an Xyz monster, it's a good way of throwing stuff that you've just thrown away, like your Bryonyx and your Colossuses, back into the deck, and getting an extra draw as well. Lovable Chain, obviously anything you need to send. Excite on Night for the situation. Diamond Dire for anything that you need to pop. Castell. 1 copy of Downed Magician, just in case I snatch steal someone's Dante, for instance. Always nice to go main phase 2 and get rid of that. Exobeetle for the combo. 1 Gaia, again to go over the Exobeetle once you've used it in the combo. 2 Herald. 1 Shooting Star Dragon. 1 Star Eater. And 1 Shooting Quasar Dragon. But yeah, there's my main deck, guys. I hope you liked the video. Obviously, like, subscribe, and we'll be putting some more videos up in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully a BA from a friend of mine, a guy who won locals last week. But yeah, until then, I'm out.